8:12 in the morning. It is Indiana in the morning on WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com. And look at this murderer's row we have over there, boys and girls. Hazel, Johnston, Wes Wertz, Mr. Van Horn, Gregg, with us this morning. Hi, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's good to have you with us here today. Our conversations about wreaths for Indiana County veterans, brought to you by Marcus & Mack. Voted best personal injury law firm in the Best of Indiana County contest. Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. When Gregg came into the studio, he said, it's that time of year again, Hazel.
Yes,
it is, isn't it?
It is. Another whole year. It's our 9th time.
Is that right?
Number 9.
9 times you have been doing this. Amazing. All right, so outline the program for me. How does Wreaths for Indiana County Veterans work?
Lots of volunteers.
Yeah, okay. Wes, let's get you closer to one of these microphones, Wes.
So, back in 2015, we started a program where we replaced a living evergreen wreath at the entrance of every cemetery where a known veteran is buried. Mm-hmm. So far, we're up to over 177 cemeteries.
177?
Correct.
Wow.
And it takes a volunteer to do each one of those on the second Saturday in December. So that'll happen at noon on the second Saturday while the courthouse program is happening simultaneously.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a big endeavor, but we have many volunteers that do it, and they're being contacted actually as we speak.
Oh, yeah. But you volunteers can step up, right?
Oh, yes. We got some more just last week, so I have to phone them and tell them what time we're to be.
Uh-huh.
And contributions is what we really need to pay for our reefs. So
Yeah.
we'd like the people to send their checks to ALA, unit number 141. ALA stands for the American Legion Auxiliary Organization, and they're taking care of our money as we collect it so we can pay for our reefs. And then we have to get stakes, and we have to get volunteers to put that all together. And a big red bow goes on it, and everything else happens. And their checks get mailed to the Wreaths for Indiana County Veterans, Post Office Box 45, Kent, Pennsylvania. And if they get it there by December 1, then we can put their name in the program for our half-hour program at the courthouse. Mm-hmm. And we have music there. We get a school each year. A different school will bring their trumpet players and a small vocal ensemble to participate in that half-hour program.
Yeah.
Rain, shine, snow, or wind.
Yeah. And you
Matter
gotta,
how cold, yeah.
Yeah, right.
You're in Western PA, so you can get all those things at once.
Right.
Rain,
Very true.
Rain, shine, snow, and wind all at once. That happens all the time around these parts.
We've had some really sunshiny days there, too.
Yeah.
We just hope the ground isn't frozen so they can get the wooden stakes drove into the ground.
Yeah, I think we'll be okay.
I hope so.
Yeah, although
and we'd like to thank Walter Schroth for donating the stakes the last couple of years. That's a big help that he provides for us.
Yeah,
We'd like to thank him.
Yeah. So the program itself that happens at the courthouse, that begins at noon.
Correct.
And are we still asking churches across Indiana County to ring their bells at noon?
It would be nice if they have bells they can ring, yes.
Yeah, that would be a very good thing to do as well. And what an effort it is with so many people coming together to make this happen. But the fact that you get the opportunity to be a participant in it, even if from your home, by making a donation to Wreaths for Indiana County Veterans, that makes it really special.
I'll repeat that for them so they get it right. The checks are made out to ALA, unit number 141, and you mail it to the Wreaths for Indiana County Veterans, Post Office Box 45, Kent, PA. The zip code 15752. I want to turn those two numbers around.
Yeah. Okay. Wes, the wreaths remain at the cemeteries for how long?
We ask that our volunteers leave the wreaths in place until around Valentine's Day.
Around Valentine's Day?
Yes, because they hold up very well. They're homegrown in Indiana. Gregg can speak on that aspect from the trigger perspective. I'd also like to make important note that all contributions after the cost of the project itself, goes to the Indiana County Veterans Relief Fund to help our living veterans in need.
Yeah.
So it is a twofold project.
Yeah.
And also to our volunteers, repeat and future pickup and distribution is December 6th from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the old Kmart entrance of the Indiana Mall.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that's where they all are.
Correct.
Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, so this program is so very, very important. Gregg, of course, wreaths are a tradition that Indiana County more than is willing to uphold, and certainly with this particular program in honor of our veterans, it's a wonderful thing for people to do as we get to this time of the year.
Yes, it is, and we're happy to be doing this now, making the wreaths for. We make 200 wreaths. I don't, but guys in the Tree Growers organization do. Preston Fleming and Richard Bennett from Brush Valley, they make the wreaths now. We're down to 2 guys making them, and there's a couple other guys that are willing to make them once if these guys decide they want to slow up a little bit.
Yeah.
Because Richard said that he started out just making 25 wreaths 4 or 5 years ago. Now he's up to making 400 wreaths for other people. So the wreath thing is starting to pick up a little bit.
Yeah.
People like to put a wreath out now. So, but yeah, we're happy to support this. When Sandy Deal asked me back in 2015, she suggested doing this. I thought, I don't know. That sounds like a lot of wreaths to make, because wreaths weren't really our main thing then. It was more trees. Well, now that some of the guys are making wreaths, seem to be more popular now. So some of the guys are making more wreaths now, and
There's been a wreath comeback.
and it all worked out. Yeah,
Yeah.
it started to work out good. So we're happy to do it.
Well, since you have 2 guys working wreaths, could somebody volunteer to help out there with making wreaths?
Well, if they wanted to, they could probably contact one of those guys if they wanted to help make some wreaths.
Yeah. Probably
It
help
takes a
them.
little training, but yeah, they'd appreciate the help, I'm sure.
Yeah. Good plan.
Help's hard to find.
Yeah, that's true too. Especially at this time.
Well,
of
we're
year.
happy they just pick them up and get them placed out on
Yeah.
cemeteries. And
Yeah. Now, Hazel, there are people who do more than one cemetery. They volunteer to
Oh,
take
yes.
some in a geographical area.
And some have to go by 4-wheelers to get to places that my car can't get to.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we make sure they're there, and then they send us pictures back so we have an idea of what things look like and who's there. So I learn something new history every year.
Now, just off the top of my head,
Oh, boy.
I'm recalling that last year we were talking about 173 cemeteries, but Wes said 177, so you found 4 more cemeteries in Indiana
And we
County.
found one more this year I have to check out. We found out there was one near another one in the same community, so we have to check that out and make sure they get a reef too.
Oh, yeah.
And a lady already volunteered to take care of that.
Oh, how about
So I'll be
that?
checking with her.
yeah, it has to be a cemetery with a veteran in it. Now, there are some cemeteries that don't have any veterans in them yet. So we don't get them all, but we don't get all cemeteries, but we get the ones with the veterans in.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the requirement is Indiana County.
Right. Yeah.
We've
it has
had
to be
other
in
counties,
Indiana
and we said,
County.
we'll help you start the program in your county, but we're busy with Indiana County
Yeah.
right now.
Indiana County's takes up enough of your time.
That's true. And I enjoy
Without
doing it.
Becoming regional there.
One
Wes,
more.
Wes, you look like you wanted to say something there. No, you didn't? Okay.
I will say one thing, though. We typically get confused a lot with Wreaths Across America, and the Knights of Columbus do their own wreath program as well. Ours is completely separate. Like, we haven't worked together yet, although we're not opposed to working
No,
together.
that'd be great.
Yeah.
So if any of those contacts are out there and want to join efforts, contact us.
Make that happen, too. Yeah. Hazel, you said you wanted to say
Yeah,
one other
one
thing.
more time to make sure they know where to send their checks to.
Okay.
Okay, your tax-deductible check goes to, written out to ALA, Unit 141, and it's mailed to Reese for Indiana County Veterans, Post Office Box 45, Kent, PA, 15752. And if we get your contribution by December 1st, we'll make sure to have your business or your family name in our program for that second Saturday in December at the courthouse.
It's a very meaningful ceremony, very, very moving as well. So we encourage everybody to take part. And we want to thank all of you for coming in to visit with us
We
today.
want to
Thank
make
you
sure
for
we
having
thank
us.
our volunteers, too, for putting these out, because there's no
Absolutely.
way we could put them out ourselves, and Quota Club does a lot of them with Monica Jones running that. She
Yeah.
makes sure they get out there.
Yeah, yeah.
So thank
folks.
you.
Good folks all over Indiana County. I assume we're going to see 1 or 2 of you for the rest of the season for other purposes too, because
Sure.
generally you make your way in and you've always got something good to share with our listeners. We appreciate it.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com. Greg, I remember a few years ago when the Christmas tree blew down in Indiana. I remember
Yeah.
one Sunday
That was
morning
the second year, yeah.
pulling up to see that tree and seeing what kind of damage you had, and you pulled in at the same time I did to take a look at that. Is that's going to happen again this year, I assume?
That shouldn't happen again. No.
No.
Falling down. Oh, the tree's
The
going to
fall-
happen.
yeah.
But falling down, that shouldn't happen again. No.
The falling down part, I think we've got taken care
Right,
of. The
yeah.
putting up part is going to happen at some point. though.
Getting it here and putting it up, that's a whole different story.
Yeah.
But,
All right. Terrific.
Laura's going to tell you all about that the next hour.
She'll be here in our next half hour,
Yep.
at least by phone. So,
Yeah.
there you go. It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, WCCSradio.com. Going to do the health cycle next. Lisa Brady is here for the House Call for Health. Sarah Lee Kessler has this morning's Health Beat.